When you want to get the accurate information about the future of health and health insurance, just watch the Robin Harris Podcast Show every Thursday, 10 a.m. Arizona time at cellphoneradio.org or dial 408-418-5050 and enter the access code 81810#. It's an invigorating show where Robin brings you experts in the field of health and health insurance. The audience can view the show and ask questions of her guests in real time. That's the Robin Harris Podcast Show every Thursday, 10 a.m. Arizona time at cellphoneradio.org or dial 408-418-5050 and enter the access code 81810#. What's in your health insurance plan?
Welcome to the Robin Harris Show, Health and Health Insurance. I am so excited because we have such a special show in store for you today and two very special guests, and that is Dr. Michael Herion and Dr. Matthew Hammond with the Carrot Eye Center. And you will not be disappointed what they have to talk about because we're going to be talking about eye health and so many wonderful topics about taking care of our eye and even about vision correction. So I am very excited to speak with them today. As a matter of fact, well, let me start out this way. You know, I go for my walk with Dolly every week, and I did that. And we had such a great time. The park was just happening. There were such beautiful birds and hummingbirds and so much activity. And I saw all the gang was there, and it was a great time. Dolly absolutely loved it. And she actually missed me yesterday because yesterday I was very busy. I was very busy because I was getting my eyes checked. I had a thorough eye exam. And I actually went to the Carrot Eye Center. Not there to eat carrots, but there to take care of my eyes. It was a fabulous time. Now, why would I say that? I had a fabulous time at the eye doctor. Well, I actually did. Because I received VIP treatment at the eye doctor. Let me tell you a little bit about what happened to me. So, I'm going to go to my photos. First of all, I got a beautiful welcome. Let me explain this. The reason why I have that sign up. Have you ever gone to a doctor's office and you have to search all over town to find where his office is? Well, as soon as I get there, there's a sign outside, there's a sign in the hall, there's a sign on the third floor, and they're telling you exactly where to go. I just found that so thoughtful. So that was my first impression of the Carrot Eye Center. I absolutely love the colors too. And then I had such a nice welcome by Stephanie, and I just love their office. I love the colors. It's so welcoming, and it's so family friendly. And then they have this super simple app where you put your information in as a new patient. I give them a 5 stars for excellent. There's me having my exam. And that's my technician, Ann. Thank you, Ann. And there's my eye. And with my exam, I was told that I have really good, healthy eyes. Thank you, Dr. Hammond. And there's that high-tech equipment and the behemoth of, this is a surgical device here, and state-of-the-art equipment, as you can see. And there's Dr. Hammond. Thank you, Dr. Hammond. I just had a great time. So that's what I did yesterday. And also, I wanted to mention that this is the year of the eye. I did not know that because it's 2020. The American Ophthalmology, It is the American Academy of Ophthalmology have declared this the Year of the Eye 2020. So what I did on my website, I have some information there to share. So you go to my website, you go to news, and on this here, I have some articles. First of all, was the Year of the Eye. And it mentions here that the year 2020 presents a unique opportunity to inspire people to take better care of their eyes and to educate them about the benefits of visiting an ophthalmologist. And that's why I'm so happy to have Dr. Michael Herion and Dr. Matthew Hammond here, because taking care of our eyes is like taking care of our bodies. Of course, it's part of our bodies, right? And we want to definitely take advantage of going to a specialist and getting our eyes examined properly. The other thing I want to mention is that August, this month, is Child's Eye Health. It's the Child's Eye Health and Safety Month. And that's the other thing on my website. Let's take a look at that. I put that article here that it is the August is Child's Eye Health and Safety Month. And then you'll notice here, it talks about the importance eye screening for children. So I hope you take a look at that on my website, robinharrisadvisors.com. And then you could take a look at that industry news or news, and you could see that article right there, and it links to the American Academy of Ophthalmology. And what I found interesting too is that there's 7 myths about children's eyes. Did you know that there's 7 myths, and I chose one of them? And the one that I chose is number 6, vision loss only happens to adults. That is a myth. Some people really believe that. And it says that the eyes of a child with lazy eye may look normal, but this eye condition can steal sight if not treated. And lazy eye, known as amblyopia, is when vision in one of the child's eyes is reduced because the eye and brain are not working together properly. Crossed eyes is another eye condition that can cause vision loss in a child. And that's known as strabismus, is when the eyes do not line up in the same direction when focusing on an object. And our doctors are going to be talking about children's eye health, so I would definitely stay tuned to hear what they have to say. And I thought this was interesting. It said, think you have the facts on your child's eye care? When is the right time to have their eyes checked? Is too much screen time damaging their eyes? Do they need to wear sunglasses? There are a lot of myths and misinformation out there about children's eye health. Don't turn to Dr. Google for answers. Visit an ophthalmologist. And that's why I'm so excited that we have the doctors from Carrot Eye Center right here to talk about how important that is. And the other thing I wanted to mention, because you know, I'm Robin Harris. My company is Robin Harris Advisors, and I am a health insurance broker. Now, when I went to my exam yesterday, I only paid $10. I had a $10 copay for all that amazing service. And the reason why I only paid $10 is because I have vision insurance. Now, there's 2 ways that you could get vision insurance. One is you can have it through your job if they offer it. The other way is you can buy it independently. Now, you might say, oh, that's too much money. Well, let me just share with you what that cost could be, because I like to share costs. Everybody wants to know how much is something. So vision insurance, what I did is I quoted a family of 5. That would cost you $36.80 for a family of 5. And what is included in that? That is including your eye exam for every single person in your family. That's something. That is everyone's frames, their lenses, their contacts, discounts on LASIK, and so many more benefits. So yeah, is it worth it? It's up to you to decide, but I think it is for me. I mean, I had a great experience. I had a thorough eye exam and I only paid a $10 copay. So it was wonderful. And if you want to learn more about getting vision insurance, you could call my office at 602-663-2810, or you can go on my website, robinharrisadvisors.com, and you could go to About Us and put in for a consultation, and we'll be happy to assist you. Now, I am so excited because we have coming right up in 1 minute such special guests, and that's Dr. Michael Herion and Dr. Matthew Hammond with the Carrot Eye Center. So you just stay right there. We'll be right back.
Cellphoneradio.org is redefining webcasting and podcast productions. We're uniquely positioned to help you take advantage of the digital world we all live in. So if you have an idea or content for a webcast show or a podcast show, we would like to hear from you. We offer an innovative way of funding and creating outstanding webcast and podcast shows to earn income for developers and viewers. Please enjoy our current posted shows and interact with the host. Ask questions in real time and/or have one of our producers create a stunning digital advertisement spot for your company that can be inserted into our selected show schedules. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Robin Harris Show, Health and Health Insurance. I'm so excited because we have our special guests here, and that is Dr. Michael Herion and Dr. Matthew Hammond with the Carrot Eye Center. Our special guests are the founders of the Carrot Eye Center, and that is Dr. Michael Herion and Dr. Matthew Hammond. When you visit Carrot Eye Center, you step into the 21st century. This most modern practice offers high quality, personalized eye care with the absolute top of the line diagnostic equipment and surgical technology. Their friendly, caring team makes you feel like family. When you visit Carrot Eye Center, you'll be treated like a VIP because your needs come first. Thank you so much for being here on the Robin Harris Show.
Oh, it's an honor.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We need to have you introduce us all the time.
I know, that was amazing.
Thank you for the kind words.
Well, it's true. And like I had shown our guest previously, just a few minutes ago, I went through my VIP experience with the Carrot Eye Center, and I absolutely love my time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to eat more carrots. Right?
Yes, that's good. That's good. Well, very well done.
I'm inspired. I'm inspired with, and that's what I want to talk about today. Is I want to talk about how you have brought eye care to the 21st century. So, to start off, I want our audience to learn a little bit about you, and I'm going to start with you, Dr. Herion. I read on your website. Now, if anybody wants to know more about the Carrot Eye Center, go to thecarroteyecenter.com. You go to About Us and you get to read the bios of these fantabulous physicians. And what I learned right there is that you are a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force Reserves. And your bio mentions that your service motivated your choice to go into the field of eye medicine. And how did that come about?
It's an interesting story. I think a lot of medical students during training, they have an idea of where they want to end up. But when you start experiencing what you believe, what you want to, the field of medicine you want to practice, sometimes you can find out that some of the romantic notions you had of that specialty may not pan out. So originally I hadn't considered ophthalmology. I knew I wanted to be a surgeon. And as an elective, I was able to rotate through an ophthalmology elective in the military. And the first ocular surgery I saw just blew my mind. The microsurgery, the equipment that we could use, it was like walking on the moon. And I'm like, this is what I want to do.
That sounds so exciting to be involved in something big and technological and all of that. Is that how you felt?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm still a kid at heart, and we have, with our technology, we just refer to them as toys. And these are toys we get to play with all day long. And they help us deliver the pinnacle of eye care. And so not only do we get to play, but we're imparting fantastic care to our patients at the same time.
Yeah, and I showed some photos there of the big behemoth surgery. I showed that photo, and I also showed your television. I mean, everything you have in your office is just so state of the art. And Dr. Matthew Hammond, you are a refractive and cataract surgery specialist, and it was a very special person in your life that inspired you to be in medicine. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So, my dad was a physician. He was an ER doc, but I grew up around the hospital and in his office. And so I always knew I wanted to be a doctor. But it wasn't until I got into med school that I sort of immediately felt like I wanted to be a surgeon. And I wanted to do surgery all the time. That was my thing. I loved it. It was amazing. And then, very similar to Dr. Herion, I remember multiple occasions when I was in, a huge surgery with, 10 hours of delicate surgery. Either, I think it was an ENT surgery that we were doing a head and neck dissection, so they had cancer. And it was, the next day the patient was really in bad shape, and it was just kind of a sad case in general. And then, like Dr. Herion, I got a chance to observe cataract surgery, and it was so amazing. It only took about 15 minutes, but the best part for me was the next day. The patient was so excited and so happy that I fell in love with ophthalmology right on the spot. I couldn't think of a better thing to do than I get to do something I love, which is surgery. But at the same time, I have happy patients, and that's the best thing in the world. I think both of us feel the same way. We have the best job on the planet.
I'm a happy patient. I had a great time yesterday. I felt like I was part of the family.
Well, that's what we want. When you come in, we want you to feel part of the family.
Exactly.
I love the colors. Everything was clean. I mean, it was spotless clean. And that's, I'm a big stickler about that. So, one thing I noticed about when I was at your office, you two seem like brothers and best friends. Have you known each other forever?
We really haven't. That's the funny story. But, when I first met Matt, within literally about 2 minutes, I knew we were cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
And it was just the easiest choice in the world to open a practice with it, just because we are friends, we're best friends, we're partners, we're colleagues. We're there for each other when things are good, we're there for each other when things are bad. So I couldn't be happier. And he better say the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I have this vision of you two. I actually had that kind of vision what you just mentioned, Dr. Herion, that you two were just sitting down having maybe a cocktail. I don't know if you drink, and then you started talking about your business, and you're like, I wish we can do this. I wish we could do this. I would have this kind of equipment, and then those juices start flowing about what you can do. Was it similar to that?
It was pretty much like that.
Yeah, sounds like you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would definitely echo what Dr. Herion said. I consider him my best friend. It makes work not work.
That's fantastic. And I know that you service the community, but I am interested in this because you are in the reserve and you have history of being in the military. And I know when service members go overseas, they could be exposed to certain things with explosives and things like that. Do those in the military or veterans experience more unique eye challenges?
I think so. I think both Matt and I, having being ophthalmologists in the military, saw our fair share of what we refer to, high velocity injuries, concussive injuries from IEDs, things that you typically don't see even in inner cities. But it's invaluable training, invaluable surgical experience that we could bring back stateside and incorporate into the practice should we ever need to address those issues. Hopefully not.
I agree. I think certainly the best thing in my professional career I've ever done is take care of the greatest people on the planet. Those are people in the military. So that was an excellent opportunity. But veterans in the community, I think, in large part, have very similar eye problems as everybody else. And I think where we can offer them maybe a little different service is that we've been there. We've seen it. We sort of understand what it's like to be a veteran. We're both veterans. And there's more to taking care of a human than just looking at their eyes. In our case, everybody's a person. And so when a veteran comes in, they may not have any different eye care needs than just, somebody else in the community. But they're coming from a different angle, a different life experience that we fully understand.
Right. And
I don't know if you heard that bell, but that means I'm going to get called away. So all the difficult questions for Dr. Hammond now. Like we talked about.
That's my partner there.
Like we talked about yesterday.
Well, I know that you have to give your patients VIP treatment. That's the only reason why I would let you go, Dr. Herion.
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you today. It means a lot, all the kind words you have for us. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I look forward to seeing you again. So.
All right, now that he's gone, let's keep going.
Okay. Dr. Matthew Hammond, I want to ask you, we were talking about children's eye care, and as I had mentioned previously before the break, is that August is a National Children's Eye Care, and you were mentioning to me that having an eye checkup for children before the age of 3 is imperative. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, I love taking care of kids. I think it's really important, and it's unfortunately an underserved area across the country. But there are a lot of issues with children that we need to fix early and get on quickly. So, for example, let's say your child has a wandering eye or a lazy eye, that we need to fix that before they're 7 or 8, maybe 9. We can push it maybe to 9, because the ability to see clearly gets locked in at that point. So if this child has seen foggy vision or fuzzy vision for their whole life, then that ability I can't give it back. We can't get it back. They learn how to see fuzzy, and that's locked in. So we need to get those children taken care of quickly. So what we recommend is that every child has an exam or a screening exam before they're 3. So if there is something that's not functioning properly or developing well, we can jump on that quickly, and we have time to fix it.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I didn't, until our conversation, I didn't know how critical it was. I just thought, you saw a problem with a child, but you're saying these are things that you don't even know. They're undetected until you.
Right. Well, let me tell you a funny story.
Okay.
So I have a son who's now 26, but when he was 12, I finally got his eyes checked, just like every other normal parent, because we don't think, anything's wrong. I'm an eye surgeon. It's what I do every day. And he was extremely nearsighted and needed glasses. Thank goodness he didn't have anything that I couldn't fix with glasses. But that's an example of just how pervasive it is, that we just don't know that we're supposed to get our kids fixed. And even me, who knows better, I still didn't get my child in quick enough. Now, fortunately, it was fine. But the point is, people just don't know. So we want to get those kids in before they're 3.
That's right. We're always checking other things. I have a cold.
They're fine. They're okay. We got their shots. They're good to go.
Right.
But we need to think of their eyes as well. Now, most pediatricians will screen their vision as part of their well-child exams, which counts. That's good. And if the pediatrician sees something that's abnormal, they'll send them over. But if you've got that hunch that there's something that's just not right, bring them in.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And the other thing is, you mentioned you have a most modern practice and a 21st century eye care center.
Yeah.
Have you achieved this through technology?
So definitely that's part of it. But we also believe that I think the way we treat people is part of that. So I don't believe in any way that it's okay to go to a doctor's office and sit for 2 hours and wait for the doctor or wait for your appointment. Your time is just as valuable as mine. So we don't have a waiting room. We have some lounge chairs and some nice furniture, but it's not a waiting room.
No, you don't.
We don't expect patients to wait. So we're convenient. We want you to come in. We want you to get your stuff done and get out. We want you to feel taken care of from that standpoint.
Yeah.
We're also modern. Very modern. So from your first interaction with us, whether it's through the website or whether it's through a text or a phone call, you can get a hold of us all the time. So if you text our main number on the weekends, that goes to my cell phone. If you text me in the middle of the night or text the main number, that goes to my cell phone. Those are modern things. You can get on the website and make an appointment right off the website at your convenience. We're also making it so that if you want to come in during this crazy COVID time, you can have all of your scans, diagnostic testing done at your own leisure. And then I can see you on a telemedicine consult from the safety of your own home. So that's the technology part of the modern part. But the other part where we actually take care of people is that we care about you. Right. So again, I don't think of myself as any more important than you or anyone else, and I feel like your time, your world is just as important. So even though we're eye specialists, we take care of people, and I think that that's a modern approach. I wish it wasn't. I wish that's how it's always been, but unfortunately, that's not how it's always been. So modern, convenient, and then lastly, we're very accessible. If you want to talk to me, you have a question, you can text me through the main number, and oftentimes it's me or one of my texts that will grab that text and will reply to you, and usually within a few hours you'll get a text back, and a lot of times that's me or Dr. Herion texting you directly answering your question. So we're very accessible. I think all three of those things, modern, convenient, accessible, make us a 21st century practice, much more different than other practices that you're used to or ways of being treated that you're used to.
You must be really confident, because to put your accessibility out there like that.
So I think that comes from, when I was in the military, I would give all my patients my cell phone number. I still give all of my patients my cell phone number. I give them, especially after surgery, they get my cell phone number. And every once in a while I'll have a patient that calls me, but for the vast majority of the time, just knowing that you can get me when you need me is enough to help calm and make things easier for a patient. So yeah, you're right. I get called on the weekends, or I'll get called in the evening. I don't care. That's part of my job. I have the best job in the world. So if you give us the honor of taking care of your eyes, then we're going to make sure that you can get a hold of us whenever you need it.
I really like that, because, I would think if somebody did, if I did have your cell phone number, I would be respectful, and I would
Absolutely.
only call in an emergency.
Yeah. But
yes.
It's nice to just have the opportunity. If you have a question, I don't want someone to go into the emergency room with an eye problem. Call me. I can take care of it.
Yes.
So I'd much rather take care of my patients than have them struggling and worrying and, should I call? Should I go to the ER? So it's just easier.
Yes. And so on your website, it says you have many services, and that includes family eye care, annual exams, cataract and retina, glaucoma treatments, dry eye care,
right.
Specialized pediatric care, and vision correction services. Now, it says on your website, I thought this was interesting, correcting your vision permanently with surgery can be an incredibly exciting prospect, and you offer several high quality options. Now, it's alphabet soup, which is
Yes.
Smile,
Yes.
RLE, ICL, PRK, and LASIK.
So let's just talk about that for a quick second.
Okay.
Because what we want you to understand is there's a lot of options. So if you go to a practice and they say, you can have LASIK, that's the only thing you're a good candidate for, potentially that's just because that's all they do.
Oh, yeah.
So each one of the machines that we have costs, $300,000 or so. We have three of them. So what we want to get across is that when you come to Carrot Eye Center, you're going to have a personal treatment that's just for you. And because we offer every single procedure, and I've done over 20,000 of them, we can make sure that what we offer is best for you, not just what I've got in the back.
Right.
So when you come in, we offer LASIK, which is kind of what everybody's accustomed to. They understand what that means. But ours is the modern version of LASIK. It's computer-driven lasers. They're brand new. We offer Smile, which is kind of a new kid on the block. It's LASIK-like in that we correct your vision. We correct both eyes. It takes about 30 seconds or so. You can see extremely well. But one of the newer kids on the block. But again, the machine's $300,000 and we have it. There's no one else in the Phoenix area that's got it. But we invest so that we can give you what's best for you, not just what we have in the back. It'd be like going to a car lot and saying, well, you got the greatest car in the world. Oh, by the way, that's the only one we sell. We give you every option possible so that it's personalized for your eye. PRK is another option. Implantable contact lenses, refractive lens exchanges. Those are all just variations of vision correction so that no matter what age you are, what you need, or what procedure is best for you, we can offer that to you.
That must feel really good to say we're the only ones that offer that. I love it.
Well, it's not even so much about the technology or what we have or offer that someone else doesn't have. It's really just our commitment that we're going to always be up to date. We're going to always offer you multiple options and give you the one that's best for you.
So you're the Family Eye Center for life.
So that's a great way of looking at it. And long gone are the days where, we say, hey, you had LASIK when you were 20. That's it. You're done for the rest of your life. Because we know your vision changes as you gain wisdom. We don't take it over here. And so maybe when you had LASIK when you're in your 20s, then when you're 45 or 48 like me and you can't read anymore, you got to get a touch-up. When you hit 65 or 70, you need cataract surgery. LASIK is a permanent treatment. It never goes away. And so the myth of sort of, it wears off, that's not true. But your eyes will change, and you might need some additional procedures down the road to keep your vision clear and crisp and without need of glasses or contacts. So we don't want you to think of it as a one-time thing. It's really a lifetime investment, and we want to be that partner with you for the rest of your life.
There are, and we talked about the myths of LASIK. And my first question was, is it safe? Because I have heard, you could lose your eyesight. Yeah. And I was always afraid. Tell us a little bit about that myth.
So I'm just going to tell you a story to kind of highlight it. But I have a really good friend that's an orthopedic surgeon. And came in, he said, I can't have LASIK. And I was like, well, why can't you have LASIK? And he goes, well, because I have to have my eyes. I'm a surgeon. And this patient wears contact lenses. Well, contact lenses are proven to be much less safe than any LASIK procedure ever could be, and it's not even close. The risk of infections that leave scarring with contacts, and especially in the news now with touching your eye and virus-related issues, contacts carry their own set of risks that are much greater than anything to do with vision correction. So I think the idea that vision correction, and speaking of LASIK, is somehow risky. Well, you're right, it's surgery, so there always are some inherent risks, but much safer than wearing contacts, and especially for a lifetime.
Right, and we were talking about that, and that really allayed my fear. Especially, that's the reason why I wear glasses, and I never wore contacts. I just always had this feeling putting this thing in my eye. It's a foreign object.
Right.
Right. So,
Well,
okay.
and there are risks associated with wearing contacts. I'm certainly not implying that contacts are bad by any means. I'm just saying that LASIK vision correction is safer than wearing contacts, and it's a very, very safe procedure in and of itself. I think like 99.9% of the time, it's just perfect. Having done over 20,000 of these, I've never had someone that I couldn't fix. The two most common things that hold people back from having vision correction is, number one, fear. By a vast majority, it's fear. And I think if you can just sort of wrap your head around, well, if you're a contact lens wearer, you're already way worse than ever getting vision correction. So it allays the fear quite a bit. And LASIK is super safe. But second is cost. And overall, the cost of having vision correction, we've got price calculators and lifetime calculators for our patients on our website that help explain that. But it's about a $20,000 lifetime savings. So not only is it cost less over a lifetime, but it's safer over a lifetime. So those two things are easy to discuss. And again, our commitment is a lifetime. So we want to make sure that for the rest of your life you're having excellent vision. We also have a 20/20 or your money back guarantee. We're so confident in our results.
It seems to me, it just occurred to me by when you were talking about it, because I interview different professional or specialists like yourself, experts like yourself, one thing I'm learning is that medicine is changing, but we're not keeping up with it. Now, as long as I can remember, people have been wearing contacts, right. But it almost seems like it's old-fashioned.
No, that's a great way of thinking about it. I don't know how long ago glasses were invented, but it's certainly
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, the Benjamin Franklin little clicker ones. So if you think about it, the technology really, it's stayed the same for years and years. So the idea of correcting your vision and getting rid of that problem when you're in your early 20s, and then you have a lifetime of good vision, and you have a lifetime of freedom from having to wear glasses or contacts. That's life-changing.
How much is LASIK?
So LASIK averages across the country between $2,000 to $2,500 an eye.
Really?
Yep.
I thought it was like $20,000 or something like that.
No.
Where did I get another myth?
There you go. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely doable. I mean, some people can, you could save that money up and.
That's right. And the nice thing is a nice pair of glasses, $500 or $600. You buy a few of those and you've already paid for your LASIK. And on top of that, we have easy financing options to make it so there's an easy payment if that's what you want to do.
And they could use Care Credit too.
Absolutely.
Right? So, yeah. And how long does LASIK last? What is the time frame?
That's a super common question that we get. And it's one of those myths out there. LASIK never goes away. We're actually reshaping the eye, changing the corneal shape. That never goes away. Now, your eye can continue to age, and your vision can change over the years, but generally not much. So if we correct your vision and you're set, let's say you're 2015 when we're done with LASIK in your 20s, and you go to 2020 when you're 30 or 2025, okay, well, let's just do a little fine touch-up at that point, get you back to that 2015 crystal clear vision. And then when you hit your mid-40s, early 50s like me, and you lose your reading, well, we've got great options to touch it up then too. So that's what I mean by this is a lifetime commitment on our part. We want to make sure that LASIK that you get when you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or whenever it is, that we really make sure that you're happy for the rest of your life. And that may include a couple of touch-ups along the way, but those never actually wear off. They're always there.
Are you too young or too old to get LASIK?
So the FDA approvals starts around 21. In the military, we did 18-year-olds. So we figured, if you were old enough to go die for our country, that you could at least have your eyes fixed.
Right.
So I've done thousands and thousands of 18-year-olds. I prefer to do, 18, 19, male, female, kind of let's make sure your eyes are mature and stop changing, because that gives you all those years in college and, childbearing and middle of the night stuff without glasses and contacts.
Nice.
And then I've done on the other end, let's say you've had cataract surgery and you're not super happy with your outcome, or you have to wear glasses. Gosh, I've done 90-year-olds to get them out of glasses because they just couldn't physically keep them on, or they couldn't put them on well. So there's really no age limit. As long as you're a good candidate and we've done a careful exam to make sure that you qualify, yeah, we can take care of it.
So say, for instance, I want to get LASIK. What would that process be? How do I get started?
So the best way is either to give us a call or reach out on the website or text our main number, and we'll get right back to you. We'll set up a consult with you. We can do it one of two ways. You can come in, get all your testing, and to make sure you're a candidate, I'll sit down with you, talk to you about your options. Or you can come in and get your testing, and then I can do a telemedicine consult with you at the convenience of your own home. We'll go over all your tests, make sure you're a good candidate, and then I'll give you your options. The other thing that may be a little different about us than some of the other places is you're going to see me. I'm your surgeon. You're going to see me from start to finish. So our technicians will help work you up, but I'm going to be the one that talks to you about whether you're a candidate, what I would recommend. I will see you for your surgery. I will see you the day after for a post-op. I'll see you 2 weeks later to make sure you're doing well. I'm going to see you a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year to make sure that that surgery is just what you want.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, there's more happiness in giving than receiving.
Yes.
And it seems that you're giving. You must be the happiest person there is.
I have a fantastic job, and I will tell that to anyone who asks every day. I have the best job in the world.
That is good. And I know it's because I did this myself. It's so easy to get an appointment with you. You just go on your website and this little button pops up and you put your information. I got a call right away. And your office, they wanted me to come in the very next day. But it was because of me I couldn't.
Right.
But I mean, I got in so fast. And
So that goes back to that modern or convenient or accessible. I'm not sure. It maybe falls under all of them. But again, we care about you, not just your eyes. So gone are the days when it's okay to wait 3 months to see an eye surgeon or to get in to see someone for their, to have your eyes checked. That's ridiculous. So we try and get you in just as quickly as possible, and at whatever's convenient for you, we try and make it work very quickly.
Well, some of the big eye care centers should learn a little bit from you, because I tried to get in. That's why I put it off. And then I was so glad I met you. So
I'm super happy that you came in and gave us a try.
You're welcome. And then the other thing is you have this beautiful variety of fashion eyewear and fashion sunglasses. You have it all right there. Beautiful selection. And as far as insurances, do you take all the major insurances?
We do. We're on all major insurances, including Medicare and Medicaid. And we do have a big selection of glasses. Again, we just want to be convenient. So I don't want you to have to go 10 different places to get things done. We want to make sure you can just get it all done when you're here.
Right. And if somebody doesn't have insurance, what can they do?
So we have options there as well. Not only do we offer cash pay discounts, but we offer payment options. And we also take Medicaid and some of those plans to help out.
That's great. A lot of people don't know that they can go to a doctor and pay cash,
Yeah, right.
That's true. So, well, this is the question I want to know. Are you looking to expand your practice?
Yes. So although it's crazy right now with COVID and shuts downs and trying to be careful, we will be expanding across the valley to include, just to make it more convenient for patients so they don't have to drive too far to get to a carrot. So we would like to have several carrots throughout the valley and little diagnostic centers as well. So if you didn't want to, or you didn't have one close, you could just go to the diagnostic center and then I could see you on a telemedicine visit, so you don't have to come actually into the big office if you didn't want it. We also have our own little surgery areas, and we'll have those with each practice so that, again, it's just convenient. And if I can control it, it's much safer for you as a patient, and just, again, much more convenient.
That is wonderful. And how can our audience get in touch with you, Dr. Hammond?
So if you wanted to get in touch with me, all you have to do is go on your phone, type in our number, which is 561-6000 and send me a text, request an appointment, whatever you want. I have a question. That's all you have to say, and we'll get right back to you and start texting with you, or you can simply pick up the phone and call us. You can go on our website, book an appointment. We want to make it easy for you, so there's lots of different ways to get an appointment, or frankly, just to ask a question.
Yes, and that's the CarrotEyeCenter.com.
Yep.
Dr. Hammond, this was a fabulous conversation that we had. I learned so much about eye health, and I learned a lot about corrective vision, which I'm very interested in. I mean, I've been wearing glasses since I was in my early 20s.
I'm getting rid of my readers in a couple of weeks, so I'll let you know.
That is wonderful. Dr. Hammond and Dr. Herion, thank you so much for being on the Robin Harris Show.
Robin. It's so nice of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so it has been a wonderful time with Dr. Hammond and Dr. Herion. We thank you so much. Thank you for being on the Robin Harris Show, and you make it a great day. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Cellphoneradio.org is redefining webcasting and podcast productions. We're uniquely positioned to help you take advantage of the digital world we all live in. So if you have an idea or content for a webcast show or a podcast show, we would like to hear from you. We offer an innovative way of funding and creating outstanding webcast and podcast shows to earn income for developers and viewers. Please enjoy our current posted shows and interact with the host. Ask questions in real time and/or have one of our producers create a stunning digital advertisement spot for your company that can be inserted into our selected show schedules. Thank you.
Wasn't that a fantastic conversation with Dr. Michael Herion and Dr. Matthew Hammond? They are doing such wonderful work at the Carrot Eye Center, and they're growing. When I went there, Dr. Hammond gave me a tour, and they are going to be taking up a whole area. They have so much going on over there. I'm so excited for them. And so thank you, Dr. Hammond and Dr. Herion. I look forward to seeing you again. So just to let you know that I am going, because I'm preparing for open enrollment, I'm coming upon open enrollment, I'm going to bi-monthly show for now. So if you want to get notifications about my shows that are on Thursday at 10 a.m., they are the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., where we bring you special guest experts in the field of health and health insurance. And you go to YouTube, Cell Phone Radio, The Robin Harris Show, subscribe, and you click for notifications, and you will get a notification that the next show is coming up. So our next show, my special guest will be Carrie Gray. She is the CEO and founder of Alternacare. Carrie is a humanitarian, problem solver, researcher, health coach, and thought leader, reinventing health, healthcare, and health insurance holistically. Carrie is a personal friend of mine. I've known her for some years now, and she is through and through wonderful person. She actually was diagnosed with cancer, terminal cancer, at the age of 25. And she beat it. She never took one medication. She beat it holistically. She was terminal and she beat it holistically. And she's in her late 50s now. So what does that tell you? It's possible. Anything's possible when you bring that health up and you bring that frequency up to make yourself healthy and happy. That's one of the things I really liked about with Dr. Hammond. You notice he's a giver, he's always giving, and that really is, there's more happiness in giving than receiving, so that must really make him even a more healthier person. I love that. And just to let you know, to be a special guest on the Robin Harris Show, you can go to, let me just show you. You go to my website. Oh, first of all, let me show you this. Let's go to Carrot Eye Center. I want to show you, you go, how to get in touch. You just go right here. You can schedule an appointment, ask us anything, try telemedicine. And you go to About Us. And it will pull up, and there's our doctors. You get to know all about them. And then all their services. And they're just wonderful. Love them. Okay. So, oh yeah, and if you want to be a special guest, you go to my website, robinharrisadvisors.com. You go to the show. And you see all my special guests. You can become a special guest. We'd love to have you. I want to thank my producer, James Dunson. Thank you, James. And our tech guru, Scott Antrim. He's phenomenal. We love our team here. And I just want to say, I tell you this every single week, but, it was really emphasized today with Dr. Herion and Dr. Hammond. They're talking about eye health, and isn't it true? We treat the whole body. So that's what I want to leave with you today, is that the best health insurance is taking care of your health. Isn't that true? Thank you for watching the Robin Harris Show. We're so happy you tuned in. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Studio8181.com is a talent development and management company that owns its recording studio and video production center located in Peoria, Arizona. Share your media content, earn income, and talk to your fans all from one spot. Studio8181.com positions your content to be seen by important decision makers so you can attend exclusive auditions and or get invited to perform at venues many entertainers only dream about. The producers and engineers are determined to create new opportunities for talents, aspirants, and future stars. Don't have the money to do a soundtrack or a promotional demo video? Not a problem. You can simply request and schedule an audition. If you have the talent, we want to hear from you. Get your entertainment website and more. Email us at info@studio8181.com. Thank you.
When you want to get the accurate information about the future of health and health insurance, just watch the Robin Harris Podcast Show every Thursday, 10 a.m. Arizona time at cellphoneradio.org or dial 408-418-5050 and enter the access code 81810#. It's an invigorating show where Robin brings you experts in the field of health and health insurance. The audience can view the show and ask questions of her guests in real time. That's the Robin Harris Podcast Show every Thursday, 10 a.m. Arizona time at cellphoneradio.org or dial 408-418-5050 and enter the access code 81810#. What's in your health insurance plan?